Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kim and in today's video we're going to learn how to connect sentences either by using linking pairs, simple conjunctions, contractions or other more advanced ways. This video is split into 5 parts. In chapter 1 we will start with very common linking pairs such as sekä että, joko tai, niin kuin and some more. Here we actually have 7 different linking pairs. Then in chapter 2 we'll go through the 60 most common single conjunctions such as kuten, kunnes, sillä and many more, followed by chapter 3 where we are going to focus on another way to connect sentences, which is by using contractions such as eikä, ettei or jollei. In chapter 4 then I'm gonna show you 3 more ways to connect sentences at the intermediate and advanced levels, which is by using question words, relative pronouns or infinitive constructions. Then at the end of this video in chapter 5 we will as always practice what we've learned today by solving some exercises together. So let's get started. Chapter 1, linking pairs. Here's our first one, sekä että, which means both and. For example, puhun sekä saksaa että norjaa. I speak both German and Norwegian. Let's go step by step. Puhun means I speak. It's the first person singular present tense of the verb puhua, which means to speak. Saksa here standing in the partitive case, meaning German, and norja, also here in the partitive case, means Norwegian. Here the linking pair is sekä että, which means both and. So let's repeat again. Puhun sekä saksaa että norjaa. I speak both German and Norwegian. Next one, number 2, joko tai means either or. For example, matkustan joko Italiaan tai Tanskaan. I travel to either Italy or Denmark. Let's go step by step. Matkustan is the first person singular present tense of matkusta, which means to travel. Joko tai here is our linking pair, meaning either or. Italian means to Italy, it's the ilative case of Italia. And Tanskaan means to Denmark, here we have the ilative case of Danska. So again, here joko tai means either or. Let's repeat again. Matkustan joko Italiaan tai Tanskaan. I travel to either Italy or Denmark. Next one, number 3, is niin että, meaning so that. For example, olin niin väsynyt, että menin heti nukkumaan. Means I was so tired that I went to sleep immediately. Let's go step by step. Olin väsynyt means I was tired. Niin että means so that. It's our linking pair here. Menin means I went. It's the first person singular past tense of the verb mennä, which means to go. Heti means immediately, and nukkumaan here is the third infinitive ilative of nukkua, which means to sleep. So again, here the linking pair is niin että, meaning so that. Our next one is niin kuin. For example, minä tein tehtäväni niin hyvin kuin mahdollista. I did my task as well as possible. Let's go step by step. Minä means I. Tein is the first person singular past tense of the verb tehdä, which means to do. Tehtäväni here is a combination of tehtävä, which means task, plus ni, which is the possessive suffix for the first person singular. Niin kuin here is our linking pair. Hyvin is an adverb meaning well, and mahdollista here is the partitive case of mahdollinen meaning possible. So let's repeat again. Minä tein tehtäväni niin hyvin kuin mahdollista. I did my task as well as possible. Next one is yhtä kuin, meaning as. For example, olen melkein yhtä vanha kuin sinä, means I'm almost as old as you. Let's go step by step. Olen means I am, melkein means almost, yhtä kuin can be translated as, vanha old, sinä means you. So here our linking pair is yhtä kuin. Let's repeat again. Olen melkein yhtä vanha kuin sinä. I'm almost as old as you. Next one is toinen ja toinen, meaning one and the other. For example, toinen on koivu ja toinen on paju, means One is a birch and the other is a willow. So a birch is a tree and also a willow is a tree. So let's go step by step. Toinen ja toinen means one and the other. Koivu means birch and paju means willow. Toinen on koivu ja toinen on paju. One is a birch and the other is a willow. We have one more, ennen kuin, meaning before. For example, olin opiskellut suomen kieltä ennen kuin tulin Suomeen. Means I had studied Finnish before I came to Finland. Let's go step by step. Olin opiskellut means I had studied. It's the first person singular pluperfect tense of opiskella, which means to study. Suomen kieltä here means Finnish language. Ennen kuin here means before. Tulin means I came. It's the first person singular past tense of tulla, which means to come, and Suomeen means to Finland, ilative case of Suomi. So here our so-called linking pair is ennen kuin, which means before. So this is another way to connect a sentence. Let's repeat again. Olin opiskellut suomen kieltä ennen kuin tulin Suomeen. I had studied Finnish before I came to Finland. Nice! Now we move on to chapter 2, 16 simple single conjunctions. Here is our first one. Että, meaning that. For example, toivon, että aurinko paistaa means I hope that the sun is shining. We go step by step. Toivon means I hope. It's the first person singular present tense of the verb toivoa, which means to hope. Että means that, and aurinko paistaa means the sun is shining. So here our conjunction is että, meaning that. Let's repeat again. Toivon, että aurinko paistaa. I hope that the sun is shining. Next one, number 2, is jotta, meaning so that or in order that. For example, muutin Japaniin, jotta oppisin Japania. Means I moved to Japan so that I could learn Japanese. Let's go step by step. Muutin is the first person singular past tense of the verb muuttaa, which means to relocate or to move. Japaniin means to Japan. Here we use the ilative case of Japani, meaning Japan. Jotta here is our conjunction, meaning so that or in order that. Oppisin here is the conditional of oppia, meaning to learn, and Japania means Japanese. So again, here our conjunction is jotta. Let's repeat again. Muutin Japaniin, jotta oppisin Japania. I moved to Japan so that I could learn Japanese. Next one is koska. Koska means because or since. For example, juoksin kouluun, koska olin myöhässä. Means I went to school because I was late. Let's go step by step. Juoksin is the first person singular past tense of juosta, which means to run. Kouluun means to school. Here we have the ilative case of koulu. Koska means because. It's our conjunction here. And olin myöhässä means I was late. So olla myöhässä means to be late or to be not in time. So again, the conjunction here is koska, meaning because. Let's repeat again. Juoksin kouluun, koska olin myöhässä. I ran to school because I was late. Next one is kun, which means when. For example, kun tulen Saksaan, soitan sinulle means when I come to Germany, I'll call you. Let's go step by step. Kun means when. Tulen, I come. It's the first person singular present tense of tulla, which means to come. Saksaan means to Germany, ilative case of Saksa. Soitan means I will call or I call. It's the first person singular present tense of soittaa, which here means to call. And sinulle here is the allative case of sinä, which means you. Here we use the allative case because of the verb soittaa. So again, here our conjunction is kun, which means when. Let's repeat. Kun tulen Saksaan, soitan sinulle. When I'm coming to Germany, I'll call you. Our next one is jos, meaning if. For example, keittiössä on kimchiä, jos joku haluaa. Means there's kimchi in the kitchen if somebody wants. Let's go step by step. Geitjossa means in the kitchen. It's the inessive case of geitjo, which means kitchen. On means is. Kimchi here is the partitive case of kimchi, which is a Korean side dish. Jos here is our conjunction, meaning if. Yoku can be translated as someone or somebody. And halua here is the third person singular present tense of haluta, meaning to want. So again, here our conjunction is jos, meaning if. Let's repeat again. Geitjossa on kimchiä, jos joku haluaa. Next one is kunnes, meaning until. For example, odota tässä, kunnes tulen takaisin, means wait here until I come back. Let's go step by step. Odota tässä means wait here. Here we have the imperative form. Odota is the second person imperative of the verb odottaa, which means to wait. Tässä means here in this spot. Kunnes, here's our conjunction meaning until. Tulen means I come. It's the first person singular present tense of tulla, which means to come. And takaisin means back in a sense of returning. So here again, our conjunction is kunnes, meaning until. Let's repeat. Odota tässä, kunnes tulen takaisin. Wait here until I come back. Next one is ja, which means and. For example, sinä asut Suomessa ja opiskelet suomea means you live in Finland and you study Finnish. Sinä asut means you live. It's the second person singular present tense of asua, which means to live somewhere. Suomessa means in Finland. It's the inessive case of Suomi, which means Finland. Ja means and, it's our conjunction here. Opiskelet suomea means you study Finnish. So here our conjunction is ja, meaning and. Sinä asut Suomessa ja opiskelet suomea. You live in Finland and study Finnish. Next one is kuten, meaning such as. For example, ostin hedelmiä kuten omenoita ja appelsiineja means I bought fruits such as apples and oranges. Let's go step by step. Ostin means I bought. It's the first person singular past tense of the verb ostaa, which means to buy. Hedelmiä, here's the partitive plural of hedelmä, which means fruit. Kuten means such as, it's our conjunction here. And omenoita ja appelsiineja are both standing in the partitive plural, in English, apples and oranges. So here we use kuten because we're giving examples in a list. So again, kuten means such as. Let's repeat again. Ostin hedelmiä kuten omenoita ja appelsiineja. I bought fruits such as apples and oranges. Next one is vaan, meaning but instead or but rather. For example, tänään en juo pirtelöä, vaan kuplateetä means today I'm not drinking a milkshake, but bubble tea. Let's go step by step. Tänään means today. En juo pirtelöä means I'm not drinking a milkshake. So, en juo is the first person singular negative present tense of juoda, which means to drink. So, en juo means I don't drink. Pirtelöä here is the partitive case of pirtelö, which means milkshake. Here we use the partitive case because it's a negative sentence. Vaan here means but instead or but rather. And kuplateetä means bubble tea, standing also in the partitive case because we're talking about an indefinite amount of bubble tea. So again, our conjunction here is vaan, meaning but instead or but rather. Let's repeat again. Tänään en juo pirtelöä, vaan kuplateetä. Today I'm not drinking a milkshake, but bubble tea. Next one is sillä, which means because or since. For example, Pablo käy usein museossa, sillä hän on kiinnostunut taiteesta. Means Pablo often goes to the museum since he's interested in art. Let's go step by step. Käy here is the third person singular present tense of käydä, which means to visit or to go to. Usein means often. Museossa is the inessive case of museo, which means museum. Here we use the inessive case because of the verb käydä. Remember direction. Käydä requires the inessive case, which is why we say museossa here. Sille is our conjunction, meaning because or since. Hän on kiinnostunut means he's interested. In what is he interested? He's interested in art. That's why we say taiteesta, which is the relative case of taide, meaning art. Here our conjunction is sille, meaning because or since. Let's repeat again. Pablo käy usein museossa, sillä hän on kiinnostunut taiteesta. Pablo often goes to the museum because or since he's interested in art. Next one is mutta, meaning but. For example, asun Ruotsissa, mutta minun paras ystäväni asuu Kanadassa. Means, I live in Sweden, but my best friend lives in Canada. Here our conjunction is mutta, meaning but. Let's go step by step. Asun Ruotsissa means I live in Sweden. Mutta means but, it's our conjunction here. Minun paras ystäväni means my best friend. Ystäväni, by the way, is a combination of ystävä, which means friend, plus the possessive suffix for the first person singular, which is ni. So minun paras ystäväni means my best friend. Asuu Kanadassa means lives in Canada. So again, our conjunction here is mutta, which means but. Let's repeat again. Asun Ruotsissa, mutta minun paras ystäväni asuu Kanadassa. I live in Sweden, but my best friend lives in Canada. Next one is tai, meaning or. For example, soitan gitaraa 2 tai 3 kertaa viikossa. Means I play guitar 2 or 3 times a week. Let's go step by step. Soitan means I play. It's the first person singular present tense of the verb soittaa, which here means to play an instrument. The instrument is the guitar. So gitara in Finnish. Here we use the partitive case because of the verb soittaa. 2 tai 3 kertaa means 2 or 3 times, and viikossa literally means in the week. So 2 tai 3 kertaa viikossa means 2 or 3 times a week. So here our conjunction is tai, and we use tai here because we have a statement. Soitan gitaraa 2 tai 3 kertaa viikossa. I play guitar 2 or 3 times a week. Next one is vai, which also means or. Let's see what the difference is. Haluatko limsaa vai olutta? Means, do you want soda or beer? Here our conjunction is vai, which also means or, but the difference to tai is that here we have a question. Remember the rule? Tai is used in a statement and vai is used in questions. Let's go step by step. Haluatko is a combination of the second person singular present tense of haluta, which means to want, plus the question marker ko. So haluatko means do you want. Limsa, here's the partitive case of limsa, which means soda. Vai or, and olutta means beer, standing here in the partitive case. So again here the conjunction is vai. Haluatko limsaa vai olutta? Do you want soda or beer? Next one is kuin, which means then. For example, Mikko on vanhempi kuin minä. Means Mikko is older than me. Let's go step by step. On vanhempi means is older. Here we have the comparative of vanha, which means old. Kuin is our conjunction meaning then, and minä means I. Let's repeat again. Mikko on vanhempi kuin minä. Mikko is older than me. One more. Paitsi. Paitsi means except. For example, kaikki haluavat mennä huvipuistoon, paitsi Leena. Means everyone wants to go to the amusement park except Leena. Let's go step by step. Kaikki means everyone. Haluavat is the third person plural present tense of haluta, which means to want. So kaikki haluavat means everybody wants. Mennä means to go, standing here in its infinitive form. Huvipuistoon means to the amusement park. It's the illative case of huvipuisto, which means amusement park. Paitsi here means except. And Leena here should be clear. So this is also another way to connect sentences. Kaikki haluavat mennä huvipuistoon, paitsi Leena. Everyone wants to go to the amusement park except Leena. Nice! Now we arrived at chapter 3, the contractions. Here's our first one, ettei. Ettei is a combination of että plus ei. Let's take a look at one example. Minun täytyy lähteä nyt, etten myöhästy kokouksesta. Means I have to leave now, so I won't be late for the meeting. Let's go step by step. Minun täytyy lähteä means I have to leave. Here we have a necessity sentence structure. Remember, person in the genitive case plus täytyy plus infinitive verb. Nyt means now. Etten here is a contraction of että plus n. Then we have myöhästy. The basic form is myöhästyä, which means to be late. And kokouksesta is the elative case of kokous, which means meeting. Let's take a look at this table. Että plus n is etten. Että plus et is ettet. Että plus ei is ettei. Että plus emme is ettei. Että plus että is ettettä, and että plus eivät is etteivät. So again here, etten is a contraction of että plus n. This is also another way to connect sentences. Let's repeat again. Minun täytyy lähteä nyt, etten myöhästy kokouksesta. I have to leave now, so I won't be late for the meeting. Nice. Next one is eikä, meaning neither nor. For example, en ole suomalainen enkä saksalainen, olen norjalainen. Means I'm neither Finnish nor German, I'm Norwegian. Let's go step by step. En ole suomalainen means I'm neither Finnish enkä saksalainen nor German, olen norjalainen, I'm Norwegian. So here, enkä is a contraction of ja plus n, and here we use enkä because of the personal pronoun minä. For better understanding, let's take a look at the table. Ja plus n is enkä, ja plus et is etkä, ja plus ei is eikä, ja plus emme is emmekä, ja plus että is ettekä, and ja plus eivät is eivätkä. So let's repeat again. En ole suomalainen enkä saksalainen, olen norjalainen. I'm neither Finnish nor German, I'm Norwegian. And our third contraction is jollei or ellei. It's a combination of jos plus ei. For example, olisi todella ikävää, jollette voisi tulla mukaan. Means it would be really sad if you couldn't come along. You here, by the way, is in plural. Let's go step by step. Olisi todella ikävää means it would be really sad. So olisi here is the conditional form of olla, which means to be. Todella can be translated as very or really. And ikävää, here is the partitive case of ikävää, which can be understood as sad. Jollette here is a contraction of jos plus että. Then we have voisi here. The basic verb is voida, which means can. Tulla means to come, and mukaan means with. So again, jollette is a contraction of jos plus että. Also again, here for better understanding, let's take a look at this table. Jos plus n is either jollen or ellen. Jos plus et is jollet or ellet. Jos plus ei is jollei or ellei. Jos plus emme is jollemme or ellemme. Jos plus että is jollette or ellette. And jos plus eivät is jolleivat or elleivät. So let's repeat again. Olisi todella ikävää, jollette voisi tulla mukaan. It would be really sad if you couldn't come along. Now we arrived at chapter 4. Here I'm gonna show you 3 other ways to connect sentences. So another way to connect sentences is by using the relative pronoun joka. For example, tyttö, joka puhuu, on Kimberly, means the girl who is speaking is Kimberly. Let's go step by step. Tyttö means girl. Joka is our relative pronoun here. Puhuu means speaks. It's the third person singular present tense of puhua, which means to speak. And on Kimberly should be clear. In English, is Kimberly. So here, Jokka refers to tyttö, which means girl in English. So it connects the girl to the action she's doing, which is speaking. So here in this sentence, Jokka provides additional information about the girl Kimberly, which is that she's speaking. So let's repeat again. Tyttö, joka puhuu, on Kimberly. The girl who is speaking is Kimberly. Another way to connect sentences is by using question words. For example, osaatko sanoa milloin Jussi tulee? Literally it means, are you able to say when Jussi is coming? However, in proper English we would rather say, do you know when Jussi is coming? So let's go step by step. Osaatko is a combination of the second person singular of osata plus the question marker ko. So, osaatko sanoa means, are you able to say or can you say? Milloin means when, and Jussi tulee means Jussi comes. So, as you see here, we can connect the sentences by using the question word milloin. Let's repeat again. Osaatko sanoa milloin Jussi tulee? Can you say when Jussi is coming? The third way to connect sentences is by using the infinitive construction. For example, viime vuonna menin kielikurssille oppiakseni japania. Means last year I went to a language course in order to learn Japanese. So here we use the first infinitive long form. Why? Because we want to express purpose. So in other words, we want to explain why we do something. Let's go step by step. Viime vuonna means last year. Menin is the first person singular past tense of the verb mennä, which means to go. Kielikurssille means to the language course. Here we use the allative case. Oppiakseni here is a combination of oppia plus kse plus ni, which is the possessive suffix for the first person singular, and japania means Japanese. So again, here we use the first infinitive long form in order to express the purpose of going to the language course, which is learning Japanese. So as you see, also this is another way to connect sentences. Let's repeat again. Viime vuonna menin kielikurssille oppiakseni japania. Last year I went to a language course in order to learn Japanese. Nice! Now we arrived at our last chapter for today, the exercises. Here is our first one. We want to say, I speak both German and Norwegian. What do we need to fill in? Is it sekä että, niin että, or ennen kuin? That's right, the answer is sekä että. Puhun sekä saksaa että norjaa. I speak both German and Norwegian. Next one, fill in the gap. We want to say, I was so tired that I went to sleep immediately. Olin väsynyt, että menin heti nukkumaan. What do we need here? Niin, sekä, or joko? That's right, we need niin here. Olin niin väsynyt, että menin heti nukkumaan. I was so tired that I went to sleep immediately. Next one, translate into Finnish. I'm almost as old as you. Excellent, the answer is olen melkein yhtä vanha kuin sinä. I'm almost as old as you. Next one. Also here we have to fill in the gap. We want to say, I had studied Finnish before I came to Finland. Olin opiskellut suomen kieltä. Tulin Suomeen. Do we need here ennen kuin or aiemmin? That's right, the answer is ennen kuin. Olin opiskellut suomen kieltä ennen kuin tulin Suomeen. I had studied Finnish before I came to Finland. Next one. Also here we have to fill in the gap. We want to say, I moved to Japan so that I could learn Japanese. Muutin Japaniin. Oppisin japania. Do we need here että or jotta? Excellent, the answer is jotta. Muutin Japaniin, jotta oppisin japania. I moved to Japan so that I could learn Japanese. Next one. Fill in the gap. We want to say, when I come to Germany, I'll call you. Tulen Saksaan, soitan sinulle. Do we need here jos, kun or kuten? That's right, the answer is kun. Kun tulen Saksaan, soitan sinulle. When I come to Germany, I'll call you. Next one, we wanna say wait here until I come back. Odota tässä, tulen takaisin. What do we need here? Is it kun, kunnes, or kuten? Perfect, the answer is kunnes. Odota tässä, kunnes tulen takaisin. Wait here until I come back. Next one, we wanna say I bought fruits such as apples and oranges. Ostin hedelmiä, omenoita ja appelsiineja. What do we need here? Is it kuin or kuten? Nice, the answer is kuten. Ostin hedelmiä, kuten omenoita ja appelsiineja. Next one, fill in the gaps. Today I'm not drinking a milkshake, but bubble tea. Tänään en juo kuplateetä. What do we need here? Is it pirtelö or pirtelöä? And number 2, mutta or vaan? The answer is tänään en juo pirtelöä, vaan kuplateetä. Today I'm not drinking a milkshake, but bubble tea. Next one. Translate this sentence. I live in Sweden, but my best friend lives in Canada. Excellent. The answer is asun Ruotsissa, mutta minun paras ystäväni asuu Kanadassa. I live in Sweden, but my best friend lives in Canada. Next one. We wanna say everyone wants to go to the amusement park except Leena. Kaikki haluavat mennä huvipuistoon. Leena. What do we need here? Very nice. The answer is paitsi. Kaikki haluavat mennä huvipuistoon, paitsi Leena. Everyone wants to go to the amusement park except Leena. Next one, contractions. We wanna say, I have to leave now, so I won't be late for the meeting. Minun täytyy lähteä nyt. Myöhästy kokouksesta. What do we need here? Is it ellen, enkä, or etten? Excellent, the answer is etten, because ette plus en. Minun täytyy lähteä nyt, etten myöhästy kokouksesta. I have to leave now, so I won't be late for the meeting. Next one, translate into Finnish. I'm neither Finnish nor German, I'm Norwegian. Excellent, the answer is en ole suomalainen enkä saksalainen, olen norjalainen. I'm neither Finnish nor German, I'm Norwegian. And our last one for today. The girl who is speaking is Kimberly. Tyttö puhuu on Kimberly. Do we need here joku, joka, or joku? Excellent, the answer is joka. Tyttö, joka puhuu on Kimberly. The girl who is speaking is Kimberly. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you liked this video. If you want to learn more Finnish, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day and see you next time.